Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Oil, Water, Night. Now we're back with Blobz series. I'm sure you've already figured from the title, and I guess when you have oil and water and nights, what comes to mind is, a blacksmith that's making up the sword. Sometimes you're quenching the sword in oil, I guess, to sort of cool it down, but not too quickly that it becomes brittle. I don't know if you'd ever quench a sword, maybe just the edge in water, or at least you'd use the water to keep the forge, reasonably cool. Anyhow, that's the idea that I'm going with and I'm sticking with. Now, today's puzzle is a 2-star difficulty rated puzzle, so it should be kind of in a similar difficulty rating than in past oil and water puzzles. But given my performance earlier in the week with the anti-night puzzle, hopefully I won't make it seem harder than it actually is, which is, if I'm honest, sometimes something that I do worry about. But anyway, really looking forward to this particular puzzle. They've been fantastic. 97% rating as of the time of recording, so we are clearly in for a treat with what we're going to be playing today. Enough of the intro, let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets with Oil, Water, Nights, Nights with an S, by Blobz, and the following set of rules. First off, normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we have cells a chess knight's move apart cannot contain the same digit. So let's pick one for example. This 3 here. I mean, we've been given quite a few digits. What a treat. So nothing in the row can be a 3, nothing in the column can be a 3, and nothing in the box can be a 3. But also, anything that is a chess knight's move away cannot be a 3. So 2 steps to the side, 1 step forward, 2 steps down, 1 step to the side, etc., etc. All of these cells can also no longer be a 3. Just that kind of regular L shape that you get to see whenever a chess knight moves around the chessboard. Digits in cages cannot repeat, so that's always helpful to remember because, this cell, for example, Sudoku says these 2 cells could be the same, but the rule set says they cannot be because they are inside the same cage. Then last but not least, of course, is the oil and water rule set. So each cage is either full of oil, which is even digits, full of water, which is odd digits, or a mix of both. Now, in all such cases, each row within a cage is just one type, oil or water, and obviously the oil always floats on top of the water. So even digits will always be in rows above odd digits in mixed cages. Right. A lot of rules there and a lot of words to basically say the following. A cage can either be entirely even, or as in oil, green, entirely odd, as in water, or mixed. Now, if it is mixed, first off, water is always beneath the oil floats on top. And you can never mix them in the same row. So I can't have oil and water in the same row. That doesn't work. It has to be one or the other so that, it does level out. That's basically all the rules we have for today. So as always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. With that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right. So uniquely, for these puzzles, we have been given digits. I know all of these are odd. I know it's a bit controversial that I use odd blue for water, green for oil, which is even, and this is odd. So we know that much. We actually know a little bit more. I notice I've already colored the entire row here because I can't have a mix of both. We do know a little bit more, and I just need to sort of start thinking about this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells in a cage. I can't make all of those even. There has to be at least a little bit of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the cage. So 1, 2, 3 is the maximum even. That means all of these have to be odd. Now, I can also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odd, which means I can't actually color the top one odd at all. So that has to be even. Right, we've got fairly large cages, which is actually going to be helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means I cannot make it all even or all odd. So the top row is even the bottom row at the moment is odd. This could be one or one or the other. Right, we're going to keep sticking to these larger cages. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be entirely odd. No, it can't be. I can only make a maximum of 3. And I can make a maximum of 4 evens. So this is odd for sure. Technically, I can make all of the rest even and this odd. So I'm not sure I can color much more than this just yet. Right, what else? We've got this. This is already kind of done. 3 cell, 5 cells. So 5 cells means in these plus sign shaped cages, they can't be all even. So the bottom cell always has to be odd. Right, we have this giant cage, which I'm hoping will help us a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the maximum in even, which means all of these are odd. The maximum of odd is 5. So all of these have to be even. And we've actually done a decent amount already, just looking at the cage sizes, if nothing else. We're probably going to start thinking about anti-knight in a second, but let me just see if we've got stuff in the same row and column. You know, for example, we've already got 4 odds in row 5, which is somewhat interesting, just not quite enough. Yeah, here is something. 1, 2, 3 evens at a minimum outside it. And that means that the 4th here has to be even, which means these 3 have to be even, which gives me 4 evens now in box 6. So that is odd. 3 evens means at best there is 1 more at the top. So this is also odd. I've already got, oh, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not enough. I don't actually know what's going on here. Yeah, not sure. So these 2 cells, they're going to be one color, which is either blue or green. And then that would essentially make either the 4 evens that we need or the 4 or the 5 odds that we need. So these 2 are essentially the opposite of this. I don't know if I want to go down this route just yet. Let me just see what else we can spot first. I feel like we've been given a huge amount of information. So, oh, here is something. Row 8, I've already got 2 odds. Even if I make this one cell an odd digit, I will break the puzzle. Because essentially I'll have 3 odds, and then suddenly I can only pick 1 of each, as in 3 more odds or 3 evens. Because I obviously can't make 6 evens, and I can't make them all odd. So this cell basically has to be even, which gives me 4 in the column. That has to be odd. Now I have essentially 1 of each in here, which is interesting. How do I figure out which it is? Which one it is? So which one is the? Oh, yeah, here, obvious. Yeah, obvious. Anti-knight now. If this was even, then all 4 would be even. The question is, now that I have to put all of 2, 4, 6, and 8 in here, is where would the 8 go? Well, Sudoku says no. Anti-knight says no. That would break the puzzle. So this has to be, excuse me, I meant the other way around. This has to be the even, which would make this the even on top of it, which would make all of these odd. And now this has to be the odd. Technically, this could be either or, so I don't actually know just yet. I've got already 5 odds in row 9, so these have to be even. And I've got 4 evens. This has to be odd. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we already know that there's 2 evens now and 1 odd in here, so not the revelation really. I've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odds in the column. All of these have to be even. That's 4 evens. That's all odd. Odd in here means odd in the same row. So that's 5 odds now. That has to be even. I need at least 4 evens in the column. This is at most 1 more, so that would be 3. So this is definitely even. Still don't know what this is. I've got 1 of each in here. Okay. Huh. Mm-hmm. I really want to try and color as much of the grid before we move on. This can still be even, given I've only got 2 in the row. And of course it could still be odd. But all of it can't be odd. It's 6. That was a silly miss. That's evens. That's 4 evens in row 1. These are all odds. That's 3 evens. So there's at least 2 more odds in here, which would make 3 more odds. It still means, yeah, it's only 2 more in here that are odd. So my options for odd, hang on. If I make this even, then everything else around it would be odd. If I make this odd, then I've got 3 odds and I still need to place 2 evens. And I can only place 1 in here. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what these are. It may be worthwhile starting to do a bit of Sudoku and anti-night. I'll be honest, I'm not excited about the idea, but I may have to. So this is not 4 or 8, this is 2 or 6. This is 2, 6, 8. This is not 4 or 6, this is 2 or 8. Yeah, this doesn't feel right already. It feels premature. That's just going to be a ton of pencil marks for not a huge gain. Not 6, but can be anything else. Yeah. I'm just going to stop it right there. 6 is none of these digits. How about our first digit? Minute 8. There you go. That's an 8. Sorry, that's a 6 because it can't be in the column with Sudoku. That can't be a 4. Night move. That's 2 or 8. That means that there is a 4 somewhere in here with 2, 4, 8. This is not 6 or 4. This is 2 or 8. 4 can't be in the cage, but obviously this can be 8. So this is 2, 6, 8. Not brilliant. One of these 3 is an 8. Again, not brilliant. I mean, I can pencil mark a lot more digits, interestingly. So whatever this cell is, it's none of these. It's not that because of night move. These 2 are the same. And then it would eliminate all of these options and this cell. So these are the same digit. Am I going to use colors or letters for this? A. Don't know what it is, but I know that they're the same. Maybe worthwhile doing a few more like that if I can find them. So for example, this cell is not here, not there, not there, but it's one of these 2, just not great. It is this cell though. So this cell, which is not 7 or 9, we'll call it B, and it's 1, 3, or 5. Has to be in here, and has to be one of these 2. Nine has to be in one of these 2. 9 has to be in one of these 2. Yeah, just kind of the fact that I'm struggling tells me that I've started looking at, I didn't mean to put a C, it's not 1, 3, or 7, so this is 5 or 9. It sort of tells me that we're looking at this a bit too prematurely. And whatever this cell is one of these 2 cells, and therefore it's none of these, not this. Yeah, not enough. Right. 6 is none of these, 6 is one of these 2. This is never a 6. So 6 is none of these. This cell sees both of these cells with night move and Sudoku, so one of these is a 6. Yeah, I'm really pushing this. This is not the way. And this is not 1 or 7. Right, can I crack what some of these things are? Maybe that's the better question. If it is odd, so we know it's none of these 3. Yeah, it can't be odd. Right, if this is a 5 cell odd set of digits in this cage. These three are clearly different from these two. This cell, where is it in the box? Well, it's not here inside the cage. It's not there in Sudoku. It would have to be here. And if this is odd, well, it's different from these three. We've already established it can't be this cell. It would have to be this cell next to a knight move. So that has to be even. And it's not 4 or 8. It is 2 or 6. I don't know what's going on with the letters there. Right. That gives me a 2-6 pair. Interesting in itself, but 4 is one of these. Not very useful. That's not 6. That can be 6, and that'll be 2 and 8. That can't be 2 and 8. One of these two has to be a 6, because that's 2, 8. That is not a 6. That's a 6. Oh, come on. That's not 6. That's a 6. Lovely. 6, 6, 6. 6 is one of these two. And obviously, they're kind of within knight's move range, so we'll be able to eliminate something there. 6 is at the top here in one of these two cells, so it can't be this one. It's got to be this one, which means it's not this cell. It is this cell. And it also means it's not this cell. That's a 2. That's a 6. That's an 8. That is not 6 or 8. That's a 2. That's a 6. These are not 2. That's a 4-8 pair. That's a 2. Lovely. 2, not in here. Not 8 either. That's the 4. And then that's a 2-8 pair. 2-6 means these are 4-8. I don't think this can be 8. Yes, it can see both 2-8 pairs with Sudoku and knight move. So that's 4. That's 8. This is 2-4 now. This is 2 or 8. And this is 2 or 8. This is not 6 or 4. That's another 2 or 8. I'm going to say these can't be even. If they are even, well, this one would have to be 4. Well, this one would have to be 2-8, and it'll be this 2-8. That's actually fine. Hang on. Let's try that again. So if both of these are even, what would they be? It would have to be a 4 because I've already got all the other 3 evens. This would have to be 2-8, which is different from this 2-8. So essentially these two would be the same, and then that would be the same. This, and this would be the same. So actually it's entirely feasible. Ignore everything I've just said. Can these 3 cells be even? So that would be 4, 2, 6. Yes, is the answer. In fact, it is 6. None of these are 6s. None of these are 6s, just Sudoku. That's a 6, which makes these 2 even. And therefore places a 2 in here because it's not 6, 4, or 8. Doesn't necessarily make this a 4, by the way, although we do know that 4 is in one of these 2 cells. And therefore 4 is in one of these 2 cells, just Sudoku. Right, maybe it wasn't premature to start doing some knight move in Sudoku. It's actually quite helpful that essentially in these puzzles you can kind of focus on one of the parities at the time. We've got a lot of 6s. I'm actually wondering, have we got all 9 6s? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, we do. We've done quite a few 2s as well. Not all of them, though. Yeah, not quite enough to crack it, so to speak. This can't be even anymore. I've already got 4 even, so that's odd. Doesn't help me with this. And I also know I only have a maximum of 1 more even, so not helpful. This is not even because it can't be 2, 6, or 4 with Sudoku, or 8 with anti-knight move. That's odd. And can I repeat this? No. So one of these is 4 because of, again, Sudoku. And both of them see this cell. That can't be a 4, otherwise it breaks. That's 2, that's 4. Not exactly helpful. 8, 4. Obviously not 4 anymore. 4. And therefore even. We need an 8, and it can't be there. That's odd. That's even. That's 8. That's 4 evens in the column. That's odd, which makes 2 odds in the same row. That's even, and it's got to be 2 or 8. Starting... Oh, hang on, never mind. Can I resolve these? Feels too far. I mean, it should be resolvable. It should be, because the odds and evens outside the cages don't really interact that much. So, I mean, with a bit of coloring, I probably can resolve them, but let me see if I can place the remainder. You can see the 4s are lining up in columns 1 and 2, so that can't be a 4. So that's not a 4, that is the 4. And then one of these two cells is 2 or 8. Now this cell can't be 2, can't be 8. So that has to be odd. This has to be even. And this is 2 or 8. And probably color, in fact, I don't even need to color. Here, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, 2. That's all of them. And this 4, that's not a 4, that's a 4, that's not a 4, that's a 4. That's all the evens done, I believe. And therefore, everything else that's left is odd. Fantastic. Right, a bit of night move then would just bring this home, I think. Not 3, 7, or 9. This is 1 or 5. We obviously need everything in here. 9, we've already placed and pencil marked. I mean, not placed, pencil marked. Yeah, not sure. Three is none of these. 3 is not that, according to Sudoku. Night move. 3 is none of these, is now on this corner. Sorry, in this column is what I meant, and therefore 3 is in here. 3 can't be there, because it would see both of these cells with Sudoku and night move. But 3 can still be in plenty of places, so that's run out of steam. 3 is not, I mean, not there. 3 is in one of 2 cells. 3 is in one of 2 cells. Can this be 3? Can the A be 3? That would be 3, 3, 3. 3. Not 3. One of these two. This one. This one. So yeah, short answer is yes. I didn't mean to put a C in there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. It's probably because I'm not really thinking about it too clearly. We need to use the cages to our advantage a bit, and I'm not doing so. It's maybe the kind of the obvious statement. You know, for example, this one has to be in one of these 2 cells. Does it? No, it's a 4-cell cage. So that was like a completely incorrect statement. We don't actually have a 5-cell odd cage other than this one. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I think we're just going to have to do this the hard way with like a ton of pencil marks. Not my favorite. I mean, beyond just not my favorite, not my strength. This is not 3 or 7. This is 1, 3, or 5. That means all the B's are 1, 3, and 5, which we already knew. Not a huge addition there. The A is not 1 or 7, but it can be 3, 5, or 9. And yes, it can be 3, 5, or 9. And yes, it can be 3, 5, or 9. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Right. So I keep sort of rotating around the fact that we've been given some digits. And that should help me. 1 is not here. 1 is not there. 1 is one of 2 places. Not brilliant. 1 is not here. 1 is one of 2 places again. 1 is in one of 2 places. Hang on, 9 is in here. That was never a 9. Oops. 9 has to be in one of these two cells now, does it? Yeah, at the top. Which means no 9 here, no 9 there, no 9 there. 9 is one of two cells. So no 9, no 9. This sadly can be 9, otherwise it would have been somewhat helpful. Actually, both of these being 9, no, not very useful. Not enough. 9 is in here. We already eliminated a 9 from this cell. For some, yeah, because it had to be in there. But aside from not being 9, it can be anything else by the looks of things. It could be 1, 3, 5, or 7. Kind of need to forget the 5s for a bit. So this cell would be helpful. Maybe I should actually think about letters for a second. Because you see, we've already established that these cells are the same. This cell, whatever it is, it's not B. We're going to call it C, lowercase c. Can't be any of these, can't be A. It is in here. And therefore it's one of these three, which includes a possible 7. And then it's none of these, but it's one of these cells, and then one of these three. Not very useful. Three. I don't know how I left that corner pencil mark. That's 3. That's 9. That is not a... Come on, undo that. That's not a 9. Oh, undo that as well. That's not a 9, because therefore A is not 9. And therefore this is 9. You do get some surprising deductions every now and again. 9 is in one of two cells. Could 9 be the B? No. But I mean, we don't know that's a B for sure. Yep, still not enough. They line up in rows 4 and 6. So that has to be the 9. Not here. It's got to be one of these two cells. Yes. And one of these three, which is not enough. Okay. Not 3 again. Come on, sleuth. So B is 1 or 5. And this is 157. Both of these are 157s. Whatever this cell is, it's got to be... This is B. Because it's none of these in Sudoku. It's not here in the cage or here in the cage. These two are the same. So that's not a 7. That's B. B has to be in here. That's a 1-5 pair. Interesting. Can't call this A or anything like that, can I? Not yet. So B is none of these. Night move says it's not that. Night move says it's not here. B is in one of these two. Then we know like nothing here. This is a 5-7 pair. Which means this is a 1-3 pair. B could be one of these two, isn't it? In fact, it's... I was going to say it's definitely one of these two. No, it could be also the 1. Yeah. Because it's none of these. It's in the same cage, so it's got to be one of these three. And then one of these three, and then it's definitely this one. Yeah, not helpful. We know B is not that, because either in the cage or knight move. That's about all we know. Again, not enough. I don't know if like sometimes going down the letters route is a mistake. Say I don't know. Like I'm fairly sure it is a mistake this time, but like I've gone with it. C has to be in here as well. Go on then. C is none of these. C is not here. C is one of these two. And C is not 9. So C is 1, 3, or 5. Because this is B, A and C have to be down here. And this is B, of course, so A and C are obviously down there. And neither of them are the 9, are they? What happened? Oh yeah, the A is 3 or 5, and the C is, we said 1, 3, or 5. It's not 7 for some reason. Oh, it could have been 7. So ignore the fact that it might not be 7. What about this cell? This cell is none of these. Now I need to do more Sudoku is kind of the conclusion here. This cell, no, we need things. So things are in the column are always interesting. And we should use knight move a bit more. So this cell is not here, not there, not there. It's got to be one of these two. But it's not C. But it absolutely could be A as of right now. What's interesting is C is not inside this cage. Can this be 9? Very likely. Only thing it can't be is 3 or 1. Right, I'm going to do some more pencil marking. 5, 7, 9. Not enough. This cell, not here, not there, but could be in any of these three. Any of these two. And it's not B. Interesting. So it's one of these two, and it's not this cell, and it's down here, meaning it's up there. Can it be C? Yep. This can be 7. Not very helpful. Pencil marking all of that. The only thing we know is it's not B. I need more logic, basically, to move forward. And I need a more systematic way than what I'm doing right now, which seems to be just jumping all over. It just doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. I think that's my conclusion right now. This cell can't be this cell. Of course, it could be either of these two. And it means it's got to be in here, according to Sudoku. So this cannot be 9. For that reason, this cell, not these 3, clearly not the 3 or 9. It's got to be one of these two, and therefore Sudoku says it's got to be in here. So that is not a 9. That is a 9. And for some reason that's not a 3. That is a 3, which makes a 3. Makes this cell, I mean obviously 1 or 5. And it's this 1 or 5. I may have to start using colors rather than letters for my sanity. That may be the better option. We said something about C has to be 1L because C can still be 7, so it's not definitely this cell. I think I'm going to remove the C before I make a mistake. You can see it's none of these. It's got to be one of these two. It's also one of these two, and it's got to be down here. And that 1, 5 is one of these two cells we said. Nothing stops it from being one of these two cells. One of any of these, frankly. So we don't actually know. Okay. 5, 7. Come on, that was never a 3. That was probably there. Easy taking for ages. 3 now has to be one of these cells. That can't be a 3. That's a 1. That's a 3. That 1 gave me a 3. Which means this is not a 3. That's a 3. And suddenly the 3s are done, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And I think we've almost done the 9s. Yeah. I'm going to remove the letters. They are a distraction. And I'm going to stick to letters. Sorry, I'm going to remove the letters is what I meant to say. And I'm going to stick to colors. So it might be interesting suddenly. Because it's not in here. It's not purple. One of these is orange. So none of these are orange. I didn't need the white. None of these are orange. One of these is orange. I don't think we've established that C is not orange, by the way. So I don't know if we can actually do that. And this can be orange. Yes. Orange is one of these two. So not orange, not orange. One of these 3. No, this cell can't be. So this is orange. Not orange, not orange. One of these 2. Which means this is quite tricky. This cell sees all 3. And this cell would eliminate all of this. This could be orange technically. So if this is orange, this is orange. If this is orange, it's one of these two. Yeah, can't do that. Can't pencil mark that yet. I mean, this cell is interesting in the sense that, forget orange for a second, pardon me. We're going to come up with, forget this orange, we're going to come up with a new color, red, red, red. None of these are red. And therefore red is in one of these two. That can't be red. Red has to be one of these two. Sudoku says it's this one. Not that one. One of these two. Therefore, one of, it's actually this one exactly. That's not red. This is red. I don't know if, again, if it's different from orange, which is useful. So it's not 1 or 5, and it's not 3 or 9, it's 7. Therefore, this is not orange, and this is not orange, and this is not red. One of these is red. Can I do better? Does mean that's not 7. This is 5 or 9. Right, orange, orange. So yeah, we're doing a bit better now. Orange is not here, so orange is one of these two, or potentially this one. In fact, orange is not that. Orange is one of these two because it's 1 or 5. Orange can't be here. Orange can't be there. Orange can only be in here, I'm going to say. Can't be this one. Can't be this one because of Sudoku. So this is 1 or 5. Not orange, not orange. Only place for an orange is this cell. So orange is 5, is 1. B, or purple, is 5. And this is not 1, that's 1, that's 5. I think we've got it from here now. We don't need... No, not 9. That's the 9. That's the 5. That's not a 9. That's the 9. That's the 5. That's the 5. That is not 9. That's 5. That's 7. That's 5. That's not 7. That's 9. And that is 7 for the finish. I think I made that odd section harder than it actually is. Especially not seeing those 3s for a while. That slowed me down. But otherwise, another fantastic puzzle. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and video. And I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.